Last month was National Skin Cancer Awareness Month, but it's never too late to talk about skin cancer. Joining us this morning is Sheila Geoffrey, a registered nurse and the Cancer Program Coordinator at St. Alexius Medical Center. Good morning, Sheila.
Good morning. Thanks for having us today. This is a really great timing. After such a beautiful weekend that we had, sun shining, I actually didn't get an opportunity to enjoy that as our viewers probably did. I got to work in the emergency room and actually see the effects of sunburn. So good timing for us today.
Yeah, just how common is skin cancer, Sheila?
Well, common for us here in North Dakota, or actually nationwide, we're looking at about 1 in 5 will actually have a lifetime risk of skin cancer. The average age of diagnosis in North Dakota is in our mid-20s. So yeah, it's not a late age disease only. And it actually is higher for our women until we reach about age 40, and then we start seeing that we catch up with our male counterparts catch up with us.
So you would think that because we're a little bit of a more colder state, colder states, it's not really that popular or common, but that's not the case, is it?
No, it actually isn't. Thanks for bringing that up. When we look at how North Dakota ranks in comparison to the other states, actually North Dakota falls about mid-range, where our neighboring state of Minnesota actually ranks fairly high. I think we forget about how reflective our snow actually is. So when we go outside to shovel or ski or do those other winter activities, we may not think about putting our sunscreen on as readily as we do when we go out to the pool or garden in the summertime.
One time I went skiing and I didn't put sunscreen on because you don't think you're in the snow. I came home and my face was bright red, so good point. Good point.
That happens all the time. Now, Sheila, what are some of the risk factors associated with skin cancer?
Some of the risk factors associated with skin cancer are actually a few. That daily exposure. So we think about our farmers, our construction workers. Maybe you're out daily to run. Other things would be like our fair skin. So here in North Dakota, we're full of Norwegians and Germans and some Irish as well. So we are fair-skinned here in North Dakota so far. And other things such as one sunburn. Yes, just one sunburn actually increases our risk. So we need to be really conscious of our children and our infants and try and prevent them from having that first sunburn, as well as a family history. So if I had a family history, I would have a higher risk of skin cancer than the average population.
What are some ways that we can prevent skin cancer?
Well, sun is the most preventable risk factor, as we had already talked about, for all skin cancers. And here's how to have fun in the sun, but still stay safe. Really, we need to cover up with objects such as a wide brim hat, sunglasses with UV protection. Sunscreen's getting a lot of attention right now. There's some new laws out there that are keeping the labels of sunscreen much safer. So it's very important for us to cover up with an SPF of 30 or higher. We do really need to avoid those tanning beds. As I was preparing for today, it was interesting to note that in some of our larger cities that actually tanning beds are more common than the average Starbucks store. So
wow.
Interesting. We want to have caution during during areas that reflect, such as the water or the snow or the sand. And also very important to check your birthday suit on your birthday. And I say that because early detection saves lives. About 99% of those diagnosed with skin cancer early will live to 5 years. If diagnosed late, we're looking at 15%. That's 1-5. So really it's very important for us to detect this early and be aware of those skin changes in our body. Those skin changes would be the ABCDs. So A, we're looking at the asymmetry of a particular skin pigment or mole change. Does it look the same from side to side? What does the border look like? Is it irregular? What is the color? Is it even throughout or is it discolored? And finally, what is the diameter of that? If it's bigger than a lead pencil eraser, it's probably has a higher risk of it being actually diagnosed as skin cancer.
All right, you mentioned early. That's very important. And what about kids?
What
can you do to help them out?
What about kids? Well, the American Academy of Pediatrics has currently made some different changes than what maybe most of us have been aware of. 6 months and younger, we can actually start to apply sunscreen to that population, but we only want to do those areas that are actually going to be exposed to the sun, such as the face and the hands. Otherwise, we're really just going to follow the same guidelines as adults. One other point to mention about children is our young infants under 6 months, they don't have the ability to regulate heat such as an older child or adult is. So really it's just important to keep them out of the sun.
All right.
All right, those are some great things to keep in mind for this summer. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.